Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your betting game by hitting that subscribe button and ensure you never miss out on our daily content. Want exclusive access to premium betting picks? Join our Patreon. Links are waiting for you in the comment section below. Stay ahead of the game with High Stakes. Villanova versus St. Joseph's. Villanova's well-rounded offense, highlighted by consistent contributions from players like Dixon and accurate three-point shooting from Longino, equips the Wildcats to manage the tempo against most defenses. Additionally, Villanova stands out as one of the Big East's top rebounding teams, which not only secures them valuable second-chance points, but also limits their opponents' transition opportunities. This control over possessions enables the Wildcats to build and maintain leads, especially when facing teams with weaker rebounding, such as the Hawks. Prediction: Villanova minus 4.5 points. Villanova's calculated pace naturally reduces the total number of possessions, keeping overall scoring modest. The Wildcats emphasize a disciplined offense that minimizes turnovers and works through set plays, often utilizing the shot clock rather than rushing for early shots. Coupled with their strong rebounding, which restricts opponents' second-chance points, this slower tempo fosters a low-scoring environment on both ends. Prediction: under 144.5 points. Kansas brings a formidable advantage in their matchup against Michigan State, led by one of the nation's top players, Hunter Dickinson. Known for his ability to make tough jump shots and control the paint, Dickinson's performance has already proven crucial in games like the recent contest against North Carolina. Kansas demonstrated resilience in winning a close game last Friday, highlighting their ability to pull through in high-pressure moments. Michigan State, on the other hand, has yet to face a significant test this season, and their defense is unlikely to keep up with Kansas' balanced attack, including the added threat of sixth-man Zeke Mayo, which makes the Jayhawks even more challenging to defend. Prediction: Kansas Jayhawks minus 5.5 points. Kansas has excelled in pushing the pace, ranking within the top 100 for tempo per KenPom. In contrast, Michigan State sits at 247th, though their three-point shooting offers potential for quick scoring. Still, Kansas' transition play should dictate the pace of the game. Prediction: over 151 points. Expect a high-scoring matchup on Tuesday, you said. The Providence Friars hold a decisive advantage in their matchup against the Hampton Pirates, a difference underscored by the spread. The Friars are seasoned from facing high-caliber competition in the Big East, while Hampton has benefited from a relatively light schedule to bolster their early numbers. While both defenses are performing solidly, Providence's defensive edge is evident as they allow just 52.0 points per game compared to Hampton's 67.5 points. Overall, the Friars should comfortably cover the spread at home as the stronger team. Prediction: Providence Friars minus 21.5 points. Both Hampton and Providence have shown they can score effectively, despite modest shooting percentages. Hampton's offense averages an impressive 82.0 points per game, with Providence posting 67.5 points per game, suggesting this matchup could surpass the set total of 140.5 points. Both teams excel on the offensive boards, with Hampton averaging 20.0 offensive rebounds and Providence at 12.5, creating additional scoring opportunities. Prediction: over 140.5 points. Cornell and La Salle face off for the first time since 2009, marking only the third meeting in school history, which adds intrigue to this early season matchup. The La Salle Explorers boast a formidable defense, currently ranked among the top 30 in college basketball with just 56 points allowed per game. Both teams enter at 2-0 and feature deep rosters, making this game challenging to predict. However, La Salle's home court advantage and tested defense give them a slight edge in what promises to be a close contest. Prédiction: La Salle moins 4.5 points. Despite La Salle's defensive strength, both teams are stacked with capable scorers. With a combined 8 players across both rosters averaging double digits, expect a high-scoring affair. Cornell has gone over the total in 7 of their last 10 games, including a 2-0 start to the season with games averaging 160 points. La Salle, while less consistent on the over, has scored under 70 points only 3 times in their last 10 outings. Prediction: over 150.5 points. Temple may have lost some key players from last season, but they have reserves ready to step up, along with a high-impact transfer who is set to be the standout player on the court. The Owls' dynamic duo of Mashburn Jr. and Settle III poses a significant challenge for Drexel, who lacks the offensive depth to keep pace. Defensively, the Dragons have struggled in the paint, an area Temple is likely to exploit. With home court advantage and a favorable track record in the series, winning 6 of the last 7 meetings since 2007, Temple is positioned to continue their dominance and cover the spread. Prediction: Temple to cover. While Temple has been hitting the over with a robust 92 PPG average this season, this game may be an exception. Drexel ranked 86th in defensive efficiency last year, and the traditional Big Five matchups often turn into low-scoring defensive battles. Drexel's limited offensive depth and preference for a slower pace could keep this game under the total. The Dragons managed only 73 points against Colgate, and they are unlikely to reach that mark against Temple's defense. Prediction: take the under. Old Dominion, ODU, and Radford both enter this matchup with early challenges, having been defeated by power conference teams. However, Radford is coming off their first win of the season, while ODU remains winless at 0-2 and may be missing their top scorer, who scored 25 points in their opener but sat out the last game. Radford, featuring a number of new additions, showed improved performance in their recent victory, demonstrating strong defense and efficient shooting. In contrast, ODU has struggled defensively in both games and has yet to surpass a 42.9% shooting rate. With home court advantage, Radford is set to continue their momentum, delivering another well-rounded performance to win and cover the spread. Prediction: Radford minus 4.5 points. Both of Radford's games have gone over while Old Dominion's last game went under, despite them giving up 102 points while their first one went over. The under is the pick I am leaning towards in this game. The Monarchs struggled to score big time, only putting up 44 points, and they were without their leading scorer, who may miss this game as well. ODU does rank 93rd in the nation in possessions per game, while Radford only ranks 205th. In their house, the Highlanders will play better defense and control the pace of the game, which will be on the slower side. Because of that, this non-conference affair will be a lower-scoring affair, so the under is the pick. Take the under 143 points. In Tuesday night's matchup, Delaware looks poised to cover the 5.5-point spread against Iona in upstate New York. The Blue Hens, coming off a win over Robert Morris, bring confidence and consistency with standout performances from Niels Lane, who's been exceptional in the early season. Delaware's defensive strength in the paint could play a pivotal role against an Iona team that has struggled to gel, allowing over 85 points per game with a roster filled with new transfers. Delaware's interior defense gives them an advantage in what could be a tight contest. Prediction: Delaware plus 5.5 points. Expect a high-scoring game, as both teams have demonstrated strong offensive output but inconsistent defense. All 4 combined games for Delaware and Iona this season have exceeded a total of 151.5 points, with their lowest scoring game reaching 158 points. Delaware has allowed an average of 81 points per game, while Iona has conceded 85.5 points. Both teams can put up points, with offensive leaders like Delaware's Lane and Iona's Clarence Rupert likely continuing their strong starts. The over of 151.5 points is a solid play in this matchup. Prediction: over 151.5 points. South Carolina heads into this matchup against Towson with a relatively new core, having lost 3 of their top 4 scorers from last season. Although the Gamecocks faced an early season test, they responded well, showing signs of improvement that should continue as the season progresses. Towson, on the other hand, brings back much of its lineup from last season and nearly upset St. Mary's, underscoring their competitive edge in the CAA. However, the SEC presents a tougher challenge, and Towson will face a significant size disadvantage against South Carolina, especially with the presence of Murray Boyles, who poses a difficult matchup for Towson's defense. South Carolina's experience and home court advantage should help them secure the win and cover the 6.5-point spread. Prediction: South Carolina minus 6.5 points. Both teams have shown a trend toward higher scoring games, with Towson's Division I matchup hitting the over and both of South Carolina's games exceeding the total. While neither team has excelled from beyond the arc, they have been effective attacking the basket and drawing fouls. South Carolina, settling into their offensive rhythm at home, should continue to build momentum, while Towson has proven they can stay competitive on the road. Expect both teams to push the pace and contribute to a high-scoring contest. Prediction: over 134.5 points.